Okay, so I'm Grasswalker. Welcome back to the ranked Ravnica Allegiance draft thing. It took a long time. I cut a lot of cards. There are a lot of cards that got cut. I kept what I feel like is a pretty neat Orzhov control deck that has a buttload of board wipes. Let's go Naught 3. Let's see how it goes. It's probably going to go badly. It always does. My drafts go one of two ways. I either go Naught 3 or I go like 7 and 1. There's no in between, not as of yet anyway. Let's have a look at this hand. We've got 2 planes. We're going first. We have removal, and then that's it. Other than that, we just have to hope that things come to us. We've got a board wipe if we get double swamps. It's not a bad hand, but I think that we'll take the chance to do better. That feels better. We'll keep that land. We start with the Guild Gate because we can't play the Panther off the swamp anyway. We've got Panther Mark. Okay, Screaming Shield. That's a bad card. Like a very, very bad card. After we go Swamp Locket, we have Wrath Mana. And then it's on him to have a board worth clearing. This isn't going to be worth like anything, I don't think. It's 1 mana to play it, 3 mana to equip it, 2 mana to use it. He's using like 6 mana for what? Alright, we can get spicy here if we so want. We could place the Sentinel's Mark on this, make it a 2/4, and start punching with lifelink. It is an adorable thing that forces him to have removal. And ramping into Kaya's Wrath, he doesn't have anything worth wrathing. So we'll actually do that. And now we have a Vigilance 2/4 lifelink who's coming in to punish him. And if he clears this, that's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. It's a 2/1, which hurts, but it's not that bad. He has his own Sentinel's Mark. Interesting. Very interesting. I think we do take the trade. His 4/3 is obviously worth a lot more than my 2/4. And then we've gone 2 for 2. And all we've done is both gain life. He might have some shenanigans he can do with that 1 mana. That's not gonna do it, because that was very dumb by him. Why would he buff it? You can't out-buff Death Touch. So now we're at the point where I've got 2 cards in hand, he's got 4. I can draw some cards, but like he needs to fill the board up. And when he does, we're gonna Wrath the board when he puts enough stuff down that we care. At the minute we're nice and equal. We're just waiting to draw our bombs, our super big bombs. And we're living on the insurance policy of he can't get too far ahead because we have 22 life and a Wrath effect. Equipping the shield to that is probably not going to work out for him because we can Zeal. And then we're killing his thing and living, which is pretty bad for him. Panther's a little bit worrying, but not that worrying. Considering the context of the Panther having Death Touch, we just start to punch him, despite the fact he has a billion life. On the off chance we draw a 1-drop, I'm going to sack the Locket here. Didn't, but it's nice to know what we've got. Considering he has nothing of value on the board, we're pretty safe to ill-gotten inheritance. There's nothing wrong with ill-gotten inheritance here. We start with that, then we can put the watchdog down. We don't want to punch because we want to trade the messenger into the vampire. Probably. He hasn't got enough stuff down that I care about wrathing yet. You don't wrath until something really bad's going on. The Screaming Shield. Can't wait on. Let's see. Let's find out. Let's adventure. He doesn't have any black symbols. The Panther doesn't have that touch. He's milling me. Interesting. There's no reason not to play the Guild Gate. We need as much mana as we can get. If we're gonna Wrath, we Wrath now. Clear his two things. Keep a messenger. Good value. And then next time we can follow up with the Guild Mage. I'm not comfortable with that Screaming Shield doing what it's doing. So I'm gonna Wrath here. Still a 2-for-1. It unhooks the shield from him and we can start punching. Feels like a worthwhile Wrath. If he plays something huge, the Guild Mage locks it down. If he plays 3 tiny things, I mean, we'll deal with that. We've got a messenger to block, we've got a Guild Mage to block. He's bleeding to death. What we don't want is him to keep Screaming Shield milling us. Okay, 3-3 with Afterlife. That's not very good. We're going to pretend that we've got better cards than we do. Just gonna let him hit me with that if he wants to swing. That doesn't concern me that much. There's a chance that I panicked, and okay, that's not so bad. 1-for-1, but I get a spirit. There's a chance that I panicked and wrathed a little bit early, but a 2-for-1 isn't a bad deal. I just take this. I've got enough life to spare. I'm more likely to be decked than to be punched to death. That's an awful draw. Dealing 2 damage is no different to swinging. Being able to tap things. We don't want to sabotage this immediately. I say we just start to trade hits. The onus is on him not to trade hits, because he can't afford to hit me for 6 for as long as I can hit him for 3. I mean, 3 for 3. If we both trade 3s, firstly he's at lower life, so he dies first. Secondly, we're healing. Thirdly, he's dying. Forbidding Spirit, not so worrying. I wish he'd played it the turn before, because I top-decked nothing. I had the mana to use. I clicked to create stops, because I've got 6 mana, 2 cards in hand, and I want to give him the illusion that I have cards that do things. I'm happy to trade 3s. Got a Forbidding Spirit of our own. Now I want to put a stop on my own turn to not reveal that I have a land. We had to play a land that time because he wants us to pay 2 to attack. But I guess that's an odd one because I can't really swing with the Syndicate Guild Mage. Put some stops in his turn to make him think we have a card. But it's costing him 2 to attack, so he can't play whatever he just drew if it's something and attack, or he can't attack and play the thing, whichever he cares more about. The mill's a little bit scary, but he's bleeding to death quicker than I am. It's not worth looking at what we're losing. because it's gone now. We've got a lot more reach than he does. We've got 4 damage right here. We've got 2 damage a turn right here. That's fine. I'm happy for that trade to occur. So is he, apparently, because he realizes he needs to be on the defensive. I'm gonna play the Pegasus. Because now I've got 2 in the air and 1 bleed damage. He's milling me quickly, but not quickly enough that he's not gonna lose the game first. The Guild Mage is 2 damage right here, and it's about got a 1/1 creature token. That's okay. 3 doesn't hit hard enough. Bunch of 3/6s doesn't worry me. I will happily take that 3 damage if he swings. He didn't, so we're going to burn him. Now he's at 9, now he's at 8. Hit him with 2 flyers, then he's at 6, then he's at 2, and then he's dead. Like, he's not looking in a good place here. None of this has reach, right? No. Of course it doesn't. Bonk, bonk. Play the Pegasus, just to be safe. It's nice to have the blocker. I can't imagine a mono whiteboard wipe in this set. I don't know if there is. I think there is 5 mana, but if he's wiping the board, he's losing just as much as I am. What I'm trying to say is we're not overextending, and he does have something that like buffs the whole board. But that's not nearly enough to worry me. If he doesn't have enchantment removal, he's dead here. Because this is 4, 5, 6, 7 in flyers. The Guild Mage can block and tap to do that. I could also tap his giant to prevent combat, actually. Is quite nice. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to turn that giant off. And then the 2/2 soldier can't get past the 1/3. Milling me means he's not doing damage to me. I've got 12 cards. He's just lost here. And that's it. We got 1 win. Oh, feels good. Bronze rank. We just had the season reset. I haven't drafted since, apparently. Oh wow, I have the play black and white spells quest for 750 gold. Even the game knew that I had to play Orzhov, so it presented me with so many Orzhov cards. Let's see if we can't go 2 wins, maybe 1 and 1. Both are fine outcomes. One's better than the other, obviously. Okay, this hand. We have got Plains Watchdog. Then we can't afford a 2-drop. We can go Plains Watchdog, tether his thing. This isn't that bad. I don't mind this at all. If we get 1 land, we could play the Blade Juggler, because we've got an evasive little Pegasus. If we get 2 lands, we've got a Wrath. We've already got cards we can play straight away. We're reacting to him, because we're going second. He didn't do anything. So I'm tempted to not do anything. I'll go Plains, Pegasus, Blade Juggler. I want to get my black symbols available to me. I don't want to start the game going Plains Watchdog. It's got Defender. He doesn't have any creatures. I want to play the Watchdog as a reaction, not as a pro-action. So we'll get the black symbols available. It also means that if we draw just a swamp, Kaya's Wrath is available to us when we want it, rather than a turn after we want it. That's pretty strong. If he has cards that synergize with it, which we must pray that he does not. Him hitting me for 2, I'm hitting him for 1. Player Blade Juggler is a nice turn. That's a nice turn here. Okay. Adapts cost 2 less. So he can spam adaptions onto the Aeromunculus. That is what he can do here. Spirit is not going to be worth it because he can buff that to 3-4. Sky Tether is cute because it removes the creature that he's trying to work with. Just swinging with the Pegasus and seeing if he blocks and going Blade Juggler is nice. We don't have a swamp, so we can't rely on Kaya's Wrath to clean this up. I think we swing. What we do is we go... Nice. Then the mind game begins. And he lets it through. Shouldn't have. No reason for him to. But we affected his mind. We looked into his soul. We got him. We played him. The smile is proof of that. Syndicate Messenger, but that helps us hit the land drop. So he could go double adapt and have a 4-5. Is what he could do. It's fine by me. Swing away. He didn't do anything. Interesting. Might be holding counter mana. He might have that 4 mana counter a spell guy. 4 mana counter a spell guy. So we definitely don't want to cast any spells pre-combat. No chance that's happening. Probably don't want to trade a Munculus for a Pegasus, so we'll just swing back harder than he swung at us. Now we gotta decide what we want to do. Do we commit further to the board with creatures? Or do we hold hope that next turn we draw a swamp? There are 7 swamps in this deck. 7 in 29. It's like, what, a 15-20% chance? Maybe more, maybe less. I don't know. I think we should Sky Tether the Munculus, maybe. Playing 3-1 drops is nice, because I'm scared of counter magic. So we'll present him with a Panther. Of course the game pauses, because he has counter magic. So I will present him with a Watchdog. And it pauses once more. And now he thinks, he doesn't have anything for 1 mana. I'll counter the Watchdog. But in reality, we got into his mind. Twice. His mind is my domain. So we'll good game him. We will good game him. Because I'm in his head. I'm living rent-free in that space. Oh jeez, that's a spider. But at least what it isn't is a humongous Munculus. We can Death Touch trade the Panther at a later date, so we'll just take some pain. We'll take some hurt right here. We should have held faith. I think, given the quality of his creatures, he's got 1, 2, 3 good creatures. We've got 3 bad creatures. I think we hold out for 1 more turn on the Wrath. 1 more turn. We're going to go Forbidding Spirit, so he's disincentivized from attacking, and instead he will develop his board, hopefully more so than what the Spirit is worth. And because he can't attack, because it's too expensive to attack, and all he's attacking into is a Death Touch Panther. Oh, that is Reach. All he's attacking into is a Death Touch Panther. None of his creatures can bypass that. So he's going to play something huge. He's going to push the boat out. And I'm in his mind. I know what he's going to do. If he has it, he's playing the biggest thing he's got. And here it is. A huge rhino. But little does he know. That's what I wanted. Because this spirit means nothing to me. This is getting thrown under the bus immediately. And now what we're looking at is a mess. Hopefully he doesn't have counter magic. The game paused. That better not be the case. Syncopate for 1, hopefully. Oh, it paused because he's got the adapt. Both got 2 cards. Oh! He had more things! He had more things, he had more things. Okay. Well, that's done. That's just a 5-mana 3/3. So we can go Messenger, Messenger, and then the Lizrog's no longer a problem. We're not quite greedy enough to put the Inheritance down. Or we can block with the Messenger. Probably not. Okay, that can gain flying. I'm very glad we have a Messenger now. No blocks. 3 damage is an acceptable amount of damage. We want the other Messenger because we want to contest the board before we start putting down our greedy win conditions. If he swings with both, trade for the Creeper, otherwise I'm okay. If he swings with just the Laserog, I'll do a double block. I'll make him play his tricks. That's fine by me. If he does nothing, no matter what he does, we're putting down an Inheritance, probably. And now, hopefully he doesn't have counter magic. The likelihood of that's very low. And he doesn't. And now we just wait. Because he acknowledged that he doesn't have fantastic attacks here. We acknowledge that he doesn't have fantastic attack here. So he just bleeds to death now. And now he bleeds to death harder. Because he didn't have counter magic last turn, and the chance of just top decking counter magic is lower than having it from like a period of time. The longer a card sits in the hand, the more likely it is to be removal or counter magic, because that's the stuff that just kind of sticks around. But what we're watching now is him bleed to death. And I am in... Okay, I'm gonna put a stop so I can at least pretend I have cards. What we're watching is him bleed to death and like a stalled board state. If he was smart and if he was in my head, he would have been attacking with these. There's where for tap creatures as an untap. That's okay. Now the board's not stalled, but if he was living rent-free in my head, like I'm really living rent-free in his, he would have been swinging and threatening green buff spells. Okay, 1/1, then it fights. Okay. Sure. Now the board's looking scary. Now we need our second Wrath. I don't want to block those. Not like that. Do I want to use one of these? No. I want him to continue to bleed to death. We got a card. We got a card. Ministrant plus Spirit can kill the Lizrog. Just Ministrant can kill the Creeper if he doesn't make it fly. This is still tapped. That's nasty. Perhaps we should have popped the Inheritance to have 4 extra life. But 11 is quite high life. That's huge. He has the mana for that. That's going to be huge. This board's getting rapidly scary because we top decked a bunch of lands. But we have 2 more Wraths in the deck. 21 cards, 2 Wraths, 10% chance of a Wrath appearing. I'm okay with that. We might also get creature removal, which would be nice. We might get a creature that helps stall the board. Regardless, he's on like a 3-4 turn clock to finish me off. Alright. At this point, 4, 7, 10 damage. That's a lot of damage. Oh, he chickened out. He chickened out. That's cute. I wouldn't have blocked that, probably. Oh, I would have. I have the Ministrant as well. I think the Spirit's worth more, because it blocks that 6. I'm happy to take 4 damage now to prevent 6 then. That's another land. This game doesn't want us to win, but we're going to try. With what we have available to us, we're going to try our best. We're going to... If we survive this turn he's dead. That's all we need. We just need to be able to chomp and cry and beg and plead survival. Because we pop one of these, he goes to 4. We pop the other, he's dead. He's swinging. I'm popping this. I'm burning him, so we're at 10. We have 10 life to work with. 1 is going in front of that, because that's huge. 2 is going in front of that, because those trade. The other 2, I think we just take this damage. I mean, I think we just take this damage. There's nothing wrong with 6 damage. There's a chance he has a buff spell, and we're gonna win regardless. So I think the safe option is to block. There's no point risking it. The messenger pops into spirits. We have a shitload of spirits now. Oh! Oh, 2-0. Oh, it's feeling good. We're getting there. We're making good progress to a good run. I'll take my 100 gold. So far I've upgraded from 50 gems in a pack, 100 gems in a pack, 200 gems in a pack. This is what I meant. If I didn't rare draft, and I picked all the best commons and uncommons, maybe I go from 0 to 3 wins, which is like 200 gems, which is literally nothing. It's maybe 1 pack, possibly, but it's not a draft, it's not gold, it's not cards. Or I could take 3 to 6 rares from rare drafting, and it's the equivalent of 6 packs worth of rares. Whatever, I always talk about rare drafting. I'm a little bitch boy, I know I never win, so I just take the rares. Thank you guys for joining me on this Ors overrun. Hopefully I don't go 0-3 next time you watch. Let's find out. Thank you guys for joining me. Bye!